I don't really like cars. Oh, I know how to drive them. I learned when I was 14. Somehow that's legal. There are a lot of reasons I don't like cars. Serious injuries, environmental degradation, and the erosion of public walking spaces. But how about that traffic? Where do all these people need to be? I'm trying to get to Arby's. But despite how much I hate traffic, I can't stop playing the traffic simulator Cities Skylines 2. I call it a traffic simulator instead of a city simulator because, just like in the first game, the important simulation is how everything gets from point A to point B via your roads. Your citizens need to get to their jobs, raw materials need to get to your industry, and the goods they make need to get to your shops. The game simulates all that traffic and more. Emergency rescue, trash trucks, buses, taxis, and for the first time in CS2, post trucks. And along the way, I get to see why I'm so very right to hate cars. How much time is wasted in traffic. How much their parking scars our cities with asphalt. And for the first time, the horrible traffic accidents they cause. The thing is, I didn't expect Cities Skylines 2's brand new procedural car accident simulator to be quite so savage. In my city, drivers are off-roading, creating double-digit pileups, and I don't even know how this happened. I never really get to see these accidents in progress. I'm always micromanaging some other part of my city, and then I zoom out to discover the aftermath of some horrifying, perplexing crash, and I'm just dumbstruck. Like, I get it. We shouldn't, as a society, effectively require people to operate heavy machinery as a matter of daily life. But this is a game! It shouldn't be happening on the peaceful streets of beautiful, murder city. Look, I know what you're thinking, but we have a moderate climate, well-educated populace, and an ironically low crime rate. It's not the name's fault. Traffic accidents are simulated in Cities Skylines 2 based on a few factors. Bad weather, too much traffic, a lack of road maintenance, or even just the wrong time of day can all make it more likely a vehicle will lose control and careen through your town, striking anything in its path. And when I say careen, I really mean careen. This is all true of real car accidents too. Nighttime driving is dangerous. So is driving in the rain. It's pretty easy to see why more traffic can lead to more crashes. Cars are closer together, giving drivers less time to react and more of a chance to strike another car. Did you know that you don't have to worry about any of this on a train? Anyway, one of the principal ways you deal with traffic in Cities Skylines 2 is by designing your streets to avoid slowdowns and traffic jams in the first place. This can get complicated, but it's often the most direct way to make just about everything in your city run smoother. And for my citizens, it's also a matter of life and death. Just like in real life. Say, for example, that this highway to neighborhood connection was constantly snarled in traffic. It looks like lots of semi-trucks are trying to get to and from my industrial zone here. So if I build some merge lanes that bypass the intersection, I can actually clear out lots of the vehicles. I can also reduce the number of cars waiting to turn left by adding some extra turn lanes to these roads. This lowers the congestion at this intersection, which directly lowers the chance of traffic accidents. Road maintenance is another lever you can pull on by building more road crews and boosting your funding of the road maintenance budget. Anyone who's dodged potholes know why this is helpful. In the game, it's mundane and slightly annoying in exactly the way that road maintenance should be. Now, you might be wondering, why as a car hater would I enjoy all this car-centric stuff? Is it just about punishing drivers? Yes, but not entirely. It's because I get to see how effectively public transit makes things better. For everyone! How many cars get taken off the road by bus riders? How many tourists go by sea or air instead of by car? How much fun it is to build trains and watch trains and follow trains and... Okay, that one might just be for me. In Cities Skylines 2, you can directly improve the traffic in your city by building out a comprehensive public transit network of buses, subways, trams, trains, boats, and planes. But even as someone privileged enough to live in one of the few American cities with this sort of smart, walkable, mixed-use urbanism, I don't hate drivers. Which is why I'm happy that all this transit lowers traffic for drivers too. I swear, I'm not trying to be smug about this. But I will be smug about how much traffic calming can make streets safer. These methods basically boil down to forcing cars to operate at lower speeds. They also help everyone arrive where they're going alive. Like speed bumps. You can add these to a district in Cities Skylines 2 to lower the speeds cars travel and directly lower the chance of car accidents, which they definitely do in real life. You can also use roundabouts to more indirectly lower the chance of an accident. That's often why we build them at accident-prone intersections, because they keep cars all moving in the same direction, instead of crisscrossing each other. Theoretically, this should matter in City Skylines too, but for now they're often more trouble than they're worth. My drivers are so bad at changing lanes that it's pretty common for traffic to back up in multiple directions from a roundabout. But that's really all the traffic calming you can do in City Skylines 2, and considering the Kafka-esque accidents my citizens keep getting into, the game would benefit from more options. For one, speed limits are tied to road size or districts, so I can't make a higher capacity road without also speeding it up. Maybe this is meant to reflect how in real life the big, wide streets we often have in US cities actually encourage faster, more reckless driving. And I don't have time to get into the fact that CS2 removed bicycle riding as a transit option, but hey, look at those stylish sunglasses. Thankfully, there are some ways we can guarantee safer streets. Hoboken, a city of 60,000 people right next door to NYC, managed to go 4 years without a traffic fatality, thanks to regulations like curb extensions and banning parking at corners to increase visibility. In Finland, when an accident happens in an intersection, that intersection is closed down until the city figures out how to prevent that type of accident from happening in the future. I'm not even that on top of things in my simulated city. But that's the thing. In real life, it takes an entire society to fix this problem, so it's nice to have a video game where I can simulate and fix the problem myself. But more importantly, I also get to be right about cars.